So today we will be talking about personalities. We live with a bunch of characteristics about our lives throughout the day, throughout time. And people don't really talk about personality, not even in school. And you would think you would, but schools barely have guidance counselors. So not really. This is the world we live in today. You have your overachievers, people who think they have to be the best, be on top, do everything right and accurate, in order to be happy, in order to impress others, impress their family, impress themselves, impress God, which are all incorrect. God doesn't care about anything materialistic, anything that's from the mind. He only cares about things from your heart, body, and soul. All right? Your mind is just an illusion. It's a tool for you to dream. You don't impress your mind. You use your mind to impress, you know? Anyways, so there's that. Overachievers. That's just your personality. It's not a good one. It's not a bad one. It won't get you closer to God. I will tell you that. Not being an overachiever, that does not get you closer to God. If anything, that puts you away. There are many overachievers who thought they were doing right, not realizing they were doing sin because of that exact thing, because they wanted to overpower, They wanted to be the top. They wanted to be the one correct. Don't do that. Now, another one. You have your drifters, people who don't do nothing at all, who just take anything that they can throughout the air, throughout the day, throughout their life. And people just leave them drifting. Some could be homeless, some could be rich. That's all on the choices they make in their life. But that's just a personality. They're a drifter. Not a hippie, but a drifter. A hippie is more of a person that's with nature, Mother Nature. They love nature, natural, the sun, the earth, the universe. They're all about life. Those are really hippies. They're not bums. They're not drifters. They're just hip. They're not with all the chaos of the world, all the noise, all the destruction, all the loudness. I could consider myself a piece of that. I'm part hippie. I'm not with all the noise and all the city and all that. I'll pop in and out, just to check everything, see how everything's going and operating. Other than that, I'm good on the noise and chaos. Speaking on that, you have your loudmouths or attention whores. People who just love attention. Everything they do just have to be, not spontaneous, but just popping out. The way they talk, the way they speak, their presence. They just have to grab the attention of the room. Whether they take it by force. Well, no, they take it by force. They take it by force. They're one of those, they have to feel like they're being loved or being watched in order to be in the world. Otherwise, they feel lonely, they feel depressed. They just have to have the scene, have to have the room. When they speak, they just shout unnecessarily. Or they'll do things or they'll react to things. A little, what's the word for it I can say? It'll be very surprising for you, But that's what they do. They're the kind of people that love to make noise, create chaos, start trouble, or just grab all the attention. And then you have people who love to start trouble. I call them gaslighters. It's their personality. They naturally do it. They just love to start situations, start stories, start drama, start chaos. Some do it unknowingly, just because they feel like they're bored and just want something going on. They want to see what is everybody doing or what can they do to cause something. They want to just create something because they're bored in their own little universe. They have nothing going on, and it's fun to them. It creates a storyline, a plot, a reason. So they do things, to create chaos unknowingly. Back to our aggressors, you have your bullies. Now these people like to bully people. They don't mean no harm, not all the time, not in a harming way. That's just their personality. Some people love to bully people because they think it's fun, they think it's cute, they think it's nice, because that's how they grew up. They grew up bullied, etc., etc. And really, that's not good. But they don't know that because in their mind, they're still stuck on that, oh, this is how we have fun. This is how you play with people. And we all know what that gets you. To those other people who likes to play with people, you know? Because they've been down that route. Don't really want to get on that topic or story with the pedophiles, but you have those. Well, let's call them traumatized people. Because not only pedophiles, it's people who've been traumatized by death, by murders, robbery, thieves, obvious, sexual, and other things that they've been traumatized from. You have those people who live off traumatization. They just can't get over it. They can't let go. They can't let God take control and just forgive. I don't know why. That's their personality, but they need to work on that. You need to forgive and let go and let God. God can erase and control all of that. You have to forget your past if you want to move on to greatness and better. You have your silent people who are just silent. I'll call them observers. Not like me, but they are observers. They're just silent. They're just there looking at the world, taking it all in. You know, they don't want no part in the drama, no part in the chaos. They just want to see everybody. Just, you know, they're just there, silent in the corner or right next to you. But you don't even see them because they're so silent. They're just standing there like a pole. You have those people that's in the room, you know. They're like the nerds. But even the nerds give off more attention. They have more action going on. Ooh. Then you have your liars, who are also the cheaters, the stealers, and all of that, you know. Once you lie, you cheat, you steal, you kill, and destroy. That is actually true. And not in the ways that many of you think, but that is true. People that lie in front of your face, some do it unconsciously because that's just their personality. You have to catch it. You have to be the person who is great with discernment. And I'll say that's a person that's like an observer, like me. If you're an observer, you are great with discernment because you know exactly what's going on each time and every time you see it before it even comes to you. You can see it miles away, literally. You can smell it miles away. You can feel it, the vibration. If you're a true observer, you got the power to really see everything and everybody and everyone in their true forms and face. Unless that's just me. I can see right through your soul just from looking into your eyes. I don't have to look into your eyes. I can see you just walking and catch your entire personality just by how the way you react to my presence. And I do mean that, my presence. I can literally walk past you. Walk into a room, everybody full of loud noise or whatever. Everybody could be silent, doing whatever. If I walk into the room, I will draw all the attention because I'm the observer. I take in all, I receive all. I do have my own boundaries, but that's within myself and spirit and God. You know, that's another subject. But as an observer, you observe and take in everything, consciously and unconsciously. And you just, there's something else to that I'll have to explain in another video. But for now, we're going to call that observation power and high vibration gives you creative control. That's something else we do need to talk about. But being a liar, they would lie in your face like a whisper. Smile right in your face like nothing's going on. Just smiling like everything's good and peaceful and happy. Lying right in front of your face, knowing it's wrong, telling you they're not lying, which is another lie. You just can't trust them. I know you love them, and they could be the sweetest person, nicest person, and still lie in your face. It's terrible. And the meanest person who you do think lie in your face actually could be telling you the truth all the time. You know what I'm saying? The mind, personalities, perspectives, people are so confusing. You would really have to be with great discernment to separate yourself from these illusions of the world, people. And in order to go through that, you have to literally go through that. You have to been there, done that. You can't just hear about it. Somebody can't just teach you. You can't just read it in a book. You have to literally live that life like an observer. They have literally been through those things. They've been through the fire. They've been through the shadows. They've been through the light. They've been through darkness, you know? They've seen it all. They walked through chaos and came out just observing, seeing how the world really works and operates, you know? You have your freaks. Now them, who I love, don't get me wrong, I love my freaks, but you gotta watch them. Cause the freaks could be anybody. That's a personality you have to really be discerning about. You have to be able to read people's spirits. A freak you won't just get out in public unless they, I don't call them a nasty freak, but nasty freaks is something else. But unless they're just, you know, an open freak, I guess, just don't give a damn. But most freaks are quiet about it. You will never know. They'll be the holiest people who you think is holy. Oh, no, they're not holy. They holy, but they're not holy. Be the pastors, apostles, deacons, people who you look up to the most, they be the biggest freaks. People who you look to the least, they be the biggest freaks because you're not looking at them. So they think they just playing in your face. And I laugh when I see it. Because I be like, what do you think you're doing or going? Or who you got to walk by? You know what I'm saying? Like, I see all. And it'd be so funny how they think they're getting away with it. I don't say nothing, but, you know, I just laugh at it sometimes. I can't help it. Because I look back at myself when I was asleep, living in this world, and asking myself, did I do this? Did I do that? Like, what in the world? What the hell? Is Earth hell? You know, I've been down those days while I was confused myself, but we have those. The ones who creep me out be the watchers. To me, they're creepy. Because to me, they're more nosy. Not noisy, nosy. They're just wanting to watch all your moves just to be nosy. They have nothing else to do. They're bored. They're watching you. You know? They're watching things. They're seeing what's going on. They want to be the first ones to respond. Or to pick up the phone, call someone, you know, type thing. Don't be that. Because being a watcher is actually boring. You're just sitting there wasting your life to observe or witness everyone else's life while you're doing nothing. Literally wasting days, months, years of time, of your youth, of fun, when you could be out there having fun, living your life, traveling, having a family, making love, making music, dancing, singing, praising, you know? Making love, spreading joy and peace and happiness. Don't be home watching, just depressed, waiting for destruction to happen so you can report it. And be like, oh, I was the first responder. No, not a good thing. Don't be an overachiever, like I said earlier, and think because, oh, you're doing all of this, this is your gateway to heaven, or your gateway to the top, or you're this person because you did all of this. No, you're not this person. That's your personality, thinking you're that person. That's not who you are, you know? That's not who you want to be quite honest. A lot of people are there. They say they like it, but they really don't like it. Don't be a drifter. Yes, I do believe in go with the flow. Absolutely. But you still need control and discipline in yourself. or at least of your life. You know what I'm saying? Don't have complete control, because you can't control your life. You can't control life itself. And the only one who has control of your life truly is God. So you have to flow with God. Have control of the way you react to things. Don't just let yourself drift off because that's where you think the flow is going. Monitor it, look at it, observe it. You know, do you want to go that way? Do you want to just stay stagnant? Do you want to just stay isolated? Do you want to just stay in drift mode, always flowing with the wind? Or do you want to be stationary? Or do you want to be like me and just have places everywhere in the universe where you could be flowing with the wind and stationary at the same time? Because you know the whole universe is yours. That's how I roll. I know the universe is mine, so I go with the flow. And I know I have a place of mine because all place is mine. That's just how I believe. That's why I say I'm not an ordinary person, even when it comes to observation. When I observe as if I was on the top of the mountains, looking down at the universe, or as if I was just standing on Earth, looking into space itself, into the universe, and see all the stars and planets and galaxies that's right before my eyes. I have a big, huge imagination. Which I guess could lead me to the other people, which I really don't see anymore, to be quite honest. And those are your dreamers. You have your dreamers. People who have great imagination, always imagining what's next, the next invention, the next product, the next service, what could be great, what could be mystical, mysterious, you know, horrifying, but, you know, in a fun, loving way. You don't really have dreamers now. I don't see them no more. I have myself. I don't see dreamers. This is why TV, entertainment, arts, culture isn't the same. Everybody's all about going to school, getting a job, and dying. Retire, die. You know, getting that house, getting that car, etc., etc. Which to me is very little, very little. Life is not about getting a job, going to school, and working for a big man. Life is about you being the big man. You creating and inventing things. You creating your world of vision. This is why we had Disney. You know, Thomas Edison. People who invented all these things, who invented the cars, the light bulb, TV, radio, etc., etc. The cell phone, Apple, computers, your clothes that you have on right now, the glasses, braces, anything you can think of came from imagination. Anything, because they thought of it. This universe that you are in right now was literally created by imagination of God. Light came after words. Sound and the words started from the mind of God. God thought about saying the words, "Let there be light." And there became light. But he had to imagine it first. He put all of this universe together from imagination. That's literally how you got here. Life doesn't exist without imagination. Life is not life without imagination. You were literally created by imagination itself. And yet no one has it. Where are my dreamers? I need y'all to resurrect, come back out. Because it's like the government, people who think they are in power, killed y'all off. Because they know that the dreamers are the true power. They're the ones that brings life into the world because they dream. They imagined it. They created it. They can bring it up. And everybody else love discouraging the dreamers and keeping them down and trying to kill them off because they can't dream. Or, in better words, they think they can't dream. Everyone can dream. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has, everyone really has the power to be anything they want. But it envies most people because they think they can't do it. But that's the problem itself. You think you can't do it. That's imagination again. You think you can't. That's why you can't do it. If you thought you can do it, it don't matter how many people tell you no or you can't, or how many fails, or you thought you failed, but fails that you've been through and you just give up. No, those aren't failures. That's just preparation. No one magically invents something in one attempt. The only person who did that was God. He invented this universe in one attempt. And even then, God still had to destroy planets, still destroyed galaxies to start over. He kept refreshing. Humans weren't created when the universe was created. We began the last day. Well, I won't say the last day before his rest, because he rested. But you know, we began after God created this universe. God already started with Earth and everything else. Everything's been burned out, flooded, destroyed, rebuilt by other creatures, other existence, and they have been destroyed, extinct. Even God had to perfect his universe when he created us. That's why he made us in his image, in his face, in his power. Then he rested. Wanted to chill out, because all of that was draining. It is. Even God needs rest. But again, people, all these personalities, people that are jealous and envious, people who are always planning and plotting chaos to others, causing dramas, starting rumors, passing rumors, and thinking it's cool. Sorry to tell you, it's not cool. It may be funny or fun at the moment of your time, but it's actually not cool. Because think of somebody talking about you. And for all you people out there who thinks, oh, well, I've had a great life. I had this, I have that, I got everything. Well, listen, honey. First of all, if you truly had a great, holy, glorious life, you wouldn't be talking about nobody else. The first person you'll be talking about and thanking is God. Because your life was so great, your life was so wonderful. You know what I'm saying? You never had any problems. So the first person and mainly person you should be thanking and talking about is God. Not no other person who's doing bad and so-called beneath you that you say, but yet you're all in their business. I never understood that. You're all the way up here, but yet you bring yourself all the way down here to their level because you want to talk crap about the person that's beneath you. Do you know how bad that looks and it brings you down? You brought yourself down to try to look cool, which isn't cool. It's pathetic. It's terrible. It's sad. And it makes you look terrible and sad. You are terrible and sad. Something is not going on. Something is not happy in your life that you so-called called happy. You're not happy. Because if you was happy, you would be living happily. Happy people don't worry about conflict, bad things. They don't worry about starting drama or creating chaos in people's lives, destroying lives. They don't destroy lives. That's why I say people in power who destroy lives, start wars and chaos, they're not happy. They just want power. And they think if they have all the power in the world, that no one can defeat them, that they'll be happy. First of all, you can't be more powerful than God, so you would never have all the power in the world. That's just not going to happen. God has all power. And until you release yourself to God and surrender yourself to him, you will never be truly happy. That's just one. And all you powerful people, it's sad to say that y'all mindsets are like that. It's sad to see people under y'all follow y'all because clearly they're naive and don't have a life. They don't know what's really going on. Because a person like me, if I was that normal person, I would never work for up under nobody, no government. What? Y'all don't govern me. Why would I work for you? You don't govern me. What did you help me with? You don't protect me from enemies. You don't keep me happy. You know what I'm saying? You tax every damn thing, but yet don't want to tax yourself to feed the homeless, to help the homeless, to build homes and communities and states that are inhabited at least. Y'all could have put them there, but y'all didn't. Y'all want to govern yourselves. You want to make sure that your pockets is right, that you're getting something out of the piece of cake that we so-called America. That is a terrible country. America is not great. We can make it great again. It once was. But right now, America isn't. Y'all need to listen. Y'all and these personalities are terrible. You need to learn how to control yourself. And that's what I mean by me when I separate myself as an observer from the other observers. I observe myself. I don't mind being observed. Most observers feel uncomfortable when they're being observed because they're not used to it. But that's why you don't really find a lot of them. That's a special power, special personality that most of them can't control. And again, that's a different video. But yeah, all of y'all people who are positive, stay positive. Stay away from the negative crowds because you don't want them to filter you out and attack you and then make you a negative person. Because like they say, you are who you hang around. You know? You become that environment. Hang around people who are really like you, who mirrors you. You know? Be around them. Because a lot of people out here, they just look for drama, look for conflict, chaos, instead of looking for ways to help others, heal people. Let's help the community. Let's make love. Let's have fun. Let's build fairs. You know? Not have affairs, but build fairs. And if you're out here having affairs, you should have just stayed single. You can be single. You don't have to get married. You do know that, right? That is an option. You don't just marry somebody because your family said marry somebody. That's another overachiever move. No, you marry someone because you love them. Because you can't disconnect from them. Because you see and feel all eternity with that person. Genuinely. You want to build a family with them. You want to tell them all your problems and situations. You want to create new problems and situations with them. You love them, and you love them for them, not of who you try to make them become. You know? That's when you marry somebody. That's why I say you can't just marry someone in 3 weeks because you don't know all of them. You don't have all that time with them. You may know a piece of them, yeah, that you fell in love with, but you don't know all of them. There's not that much time to tell you all of that. The situation of life itself only reveals who the person truly are by the things they go through. That's why God himself puts you through trials and tribulations before he gives you the ultimate blessing. For him to see and know, are you capable to do this? Are you durable? Can you endure all this drama, chaos, and pain? Can you live and walk through the fire and not get burned? Can you walk through the shadows and fear no evil? Can you stand on top and still be humble? Still give all your glory to God? Can you be on top, have all the power, and still force the power to God? Still direct the power to God. Praise God, worship him. Know that he is King of kings and Lord of lords and God of gods. God sends trials and tribulations every day and always. And it starts from your mind and your head. But people with these personalities, from what they've been through in their life, the trauma, and their own trials and tribulations. I mean, if you really just want to get past all that, don't become an idle person, a dormant, those people who be stuck in the house all the time. They don't know what the world is because they never been outside. They're afraid to step out, I forgot what the word was for them. But yeah, they like to stay in the house. Even the hoarders, them too. Y'all have to still live into the world. You do exist. God didn't give you a chance of life for nothing. He didn't give you life to stay home. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't give you life to work for others. He gave you life to be fruitful, multiply, and praise him. Give all your praise and worship and glory to God. That's all he wanted. And you were free to do whatever you want to do. That is not saying go to school, go to work, and try to make top dollar. That is saying you are free to invent a light bulb. You are free to create movies. You are free to create drama. You are free to create music. You are free to create and build houses and countries and towers and nations. You are free to rule the world as long as you give your praise and worship and glory to God. Be loving, fruitful, and multiply. And just abide by his 10 commandments. That was all. But we live in a world where there's free will by God's standards. So we have free personalities. People express themselves. And they only express themselves through their childhood, how they grew up, from what they experienced in life, their traumatizations. And yes, it may hurt sometimes, maybe all the time, but there are ways to avoid that. And this is for the people themselves. All they need to do is just surrender to God and give it up to him. And he will take in all the pain, all your worry, all your marks, all your scars, all your cuts and wounds. God will take it. God will heal it. God can heal your heart. He can heal your mind, spirit, and soul. He can heal all of those if you just surrender it to him and know that he's God. And stop trying to be evil and manipulative. Stop trying to dictate. Stop trying to create drama and wars. Stick with love and love God, and you'll be in the right place. Avoid all these people and bad personalities. That's all you need. He got you. All right, y'all. Hope to hear from y'all soon. And check y'all out another time. Thank you. Ooh, I gotta go. I don't want to pay nobody no money in this. Make sure. You know what? Maybe God want me to show y'all this. Nah. This is my sanctuary. This is how I communicate with God, so I can't really show y'all everything, but let's see. You know what? I might as well put that out there. I told y'all I'm part hippie, so I like smoking. Everybody ain't about it. Everybody don't have to be about it. Smoking is not a bad thing. It's not a sin from God. If anything, you get closer to God from the type of smoke I do. You get closer to him. You really do. Even Moses had the burning bush. And trust me, it was not a regular bush. He talked to God. Oh, yes, he did. Excuse me, how are you? Do y'all have... Actually, let me see, do y'all have these? Did I bring it? Do y'all have the wraps called rolls? I probably don't. Okay, I have a.
The only reps I got is ZZ.
Is it? Uh, I'll take a silver swisher. 3. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do. Need to get it though. Sorry about that. Ooh. Ooh, y'all don't saw my. No thank you. Thank you so much. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Wasn't ready to show the world that just yet. I guess God had had a different option for me on that. Told you we all walking in God's time. You never know what He has for you. But yeah, there are a lot of people out here who are just crazy. And you really have to, you yourself have to get right with God and focus on yourself. You have to realize who you are, your personality, where you come from, what do you do? Are you the aggravating type, the annoying type? Are you the gaslighter? You know, the crap starter, something more cleaner, F it, shit starter? Are you the person who likes to bully people and think it's fun, think it's cute? And don't get me wrong, sometimes it do be cute, you know, for certain moments. But that's not a thing that you think should be normal. Bullying people isn't cute. Now it's fun jumping on top of them, you know, hugging and cuddling. Maybe I do a little wrestling, you know, but not to the point where people getting injured. Things are getting broken or tossed around. Nah, that's a little, you know, you should have boundaries. It's okay to be the person who's nosy if you keep things to yourself. Remind you, remember you are nosy. What you saw was never your business to begin with. But you observed it, so you made it your business. But remember, you're nosy. So it's not okay for you to spread rumors over something else that is not dealing with you. It's not okay to spread rumors at all. That's a sin. That's gossiping. We don't do that. All right? If you're a watcher, see something going on that's not good. Unless it's murder, mind your business. Just keep watching. Let it pass you by. That's just earth. That's just life. It has nothing to do with you. All you need to worry about is yourself and God. Preferably God and then yourself, to be quite honest. Worry about God and then worry about yourself. Since you want to watch everything, watch the space, watch the universe. See, can you see God? See that He talk to you, listen for Him. God talks in whispers. He's not loud. No, God is not going to split the sky when Jesus returns. For all of you who believes that, that's not going to happen. God moves in silence. Jesus moves in silence. Whether you want to believe it or not, Jesus is already walking amongst all of you, and you don't even know it. You don't know it. You don't believe it. Y'all want to see something. Y'all want to see the sky split. Y'all want the big news, big announcements. You know, the whole world to stop and shift. No, that's not going to happen that way. First of all, Jesus don't like all the attention, and it's not going to be good to just come down and have all of that up on Him. The world needs to be fixed genuinely from the core itself. He has to speak to people, reawaken you. I have to reawaken you. Remind you of who you are. Remind you of who God is. Remind you of who Jesus is in the past. Jesus is not Jesus now. That was a past life. I need y'all to be aware of that. That was the vessel he was in. Now my vessel is called Jeremiah. But again, like I want y'all to know, Jesus was here walking amongst y'all the entire time, observing, watching, witnessing, experiencing, going through, tasting, feeling, loving, caring, hearing, witnessing. All of your souls and spirits, just to see your genuine side. Jesus wants to see you, your true personality. He don't want to see how you're going to act in front of him because he's in front of you. No. I want to see the real you. Who are you? From your heart, body, and soul. I don't want your mind wondering, oh, what should I do because he's here? Oh, what do I got to do to impress him or this and that? No, that's false. That's not you. That's not authentic. You have to be authentic. And here's the thing too. If you know that you have to clean yourself up, look better, do better to impress Jesus' arrival, then technically you already know you are in the wrong. Because if you were right, you wouldn't be trying to clean yourself up. If you were already where you're supposed to be, you wouldn't be trying to find ways to impress Jesus because you already know that Jesus loves you in every way of yourself. And he has unconditional love. That alone tells you you are in the wrong place. Spiritually, mentally, and soulfully. Through your heart. You are just in the wrong place at the wrong time. You've been in the wrong place. Living in the wrong place in the wrong time. Those who know they done good in their life don't scream and run when the lights come on. You hug the light. Not like a moth. Moths don't hug light. They scatter around the light. Still screaming and running. Just closer to the light because they're afraid of the dark. But they're still scattering. But all you true believers, true knowers, the ones who are true-hearted, pure-hearted, the light will let them in because they have the light. You won't even feel it. You won't be blinded. The light only blinds those who don't belong there. Only burn those who don't belong there. If you don't belong there, you will be blinded. You will get burned. That's just what it is. You don't belong there. We're destroying you. Piece by piece. And that's the thing with people. If you want better personality, get right with God. Pray to him. Ask him what's going on. What are you doing wrong? Ask yourself, what would you change if God came right now? If anything. If you change anything, start from there. You want to change something, so change. You know it's not right. You know God don't want to see that. You know that's not God's approval. You feel it in your heart. Change it. Start from there. That's a perfect place to begin. If you know you do things that's wrong, one of those people who like to manipulate, lead people on, knowing you're not going to do something, make false promises, false advertising. Yeah. Y'all really need healing. You really do. You need to clean your hearts, body, and soul. Maybe the world just needs a baptism. If God already flooded the world, I'm pretty sure y'all don't want that to happen again. Luckily, he said he never will do that again, but the whole world does need cleansing. Y'all need to remember who the real power is, what real power you have, instead of building and living in all these false personalities because you think or you were told or were taught that you should be this way. That is not you. Be who you are supposed to be. That is it. Just be you. And avoid people who are not like you. Have discernment. Otherwise, they will trap you in limbo and you will always be living in this chaos.